Welcome to Dartfish in plain English. Dartfish video analysis is essentially a sophisticated editing software for sports analysis. So why is it needed and what's wrong with the old way of doing things? Well, with the old way, it's always your opinion versus the players. You're completely at the mercy of your memory and you've no facts or figures to back up what you think. And even unedited video can be time consuming and inefficient. I'm sure we've all spent time in team meetings where the manager is spending longer looking for the correct clip to play than actually going through the key coaching points. Players' attention spans are small, so you've only a short amount of time to get your message across. So how can Dartfish help? Well, Dartfish allows you to break the game or the skill down into manageable bite-sized pieces, so you've no problem finding exactly what you need to show. It means ultimately that when you go to a team meeting, your files are there ready to be played, so you can spend more time in the training pitch and not in the dressing room. So let's take a look at the software to see more. So you'll notice that the first thing I have is a match file. Dartfish is very good at getting the footage from its original source, be that DVD or camera, onto your laptop ready for analysis. On the right hand side I have what's called a tagging panel. This is basically all the bits I want to see out of the game once I'm done. So for example, this is a Gaelic football panel, but you can quite easily have a rugby panel, would look something similar, or a soccer panel, looks very similar again. Each panel can be tailored totally to your needs and of that of the sport. So we'll have a look, since we have a Gaelic football match up here, we'll use that relevant panel. Okay, so how does tagging work? Well, basically what I do is I play the game, and as the footage is playing on the left hand side, I press the corresponding button on the right. So for example, there's a throw up and it was lost because the home team in this case are the Greens. And essentially I would work my way through the game, clicking buttons as I see the events happen in the video. So as I would see a shot, for example, I might click shot, and then the various options open to say whether it was a goal, point, wide, and I can also add the player information if I want at that stage. So that's roughly what you do, and somebody would work their way through the game and prepare that for presentation. So what does presentation look like? Well, basically the first thing Dartfish does is it creates a table, because as I'm tagging, Dartfish in the background is working to organise all that information so it's easily retrievable. So here's my table of events. First thing I can do is easily print that or export it to Excel and send that to other mentors. It means we have a statistical picture of what happened. But the key aspect of Dartfish is that it allows me to see all those events. So for example, if I want to see the 15 times we kicked it away, because that's something we've been working on training, here I can play each event, one after the other, of just the bits that I want to show. So for example, we see this guy collect the ball, and then he kicks it away to the opposition. And then we could skip on and watch the next one, and so on and so on. This means that if that's something I'm working on in training, and that's the only bit I need to show my team, I can bring them into a room, show them those 15 clips, which are only 10 seconds long. I'm done in maybe 4 or 5 minutes of talking, and we're back out onto the training pitch to practice what we've seen. But with the old way, it could have taken you an hour and a half to find those 15 clips to be able to show them back, and the player's attention is well lost by the time you've played the first one. So that's a very quick overview of what the software does. Just to follow up with a few things. On the right hand side of this web page, you'll see links to more information. So certainly if you're involved in match analysis, check out the Dartfish match analysis link, where you'll find why Dartfish is better, what it does well and what it doesn't do well, what customers say about us, and some frequently asked questions like how computer literate you need to be and the type of spec your laptop and that type of stuff. Likewise, if you're involved in individual analysis or biomechanical analysis, check that out. You'll also see we have a couple of free mobile apps. So we have a Windows 7 app and also an iPhone app that's available, so you can see that. And be sure to check out Dartfish TV online. That's the online sharing platform, so it'll go into the details of explaining that. So I hope you find plenty more information on the other pages, and you'll find my contact details on the Contact Us page.